the Pioneer Library System at the Newcastle branch. Thanks for joining me today in the first part of our video series, Bluebird and Bluebird House Acrylic Painting. In this first part, I'm going to show you how you can draw the picture and then transfer this picture onto your canvas. Then we'll be adding the base coat of the colors. And in the second video of this series, I'm going to show you how to add all the highlights, details, and textures and shadows that'll bring your painting to life. To begin with, we'll need the following supplies. You're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil, and then you'll also need some transfer or copy paper to transfer your picture. And if you don't have that, don't worry, I'm going to show you a little trick on how to get that picture onto your canvas. We used a 9x12 canvas, or if you have an 8x10, that'll work also. Then for the paint, I used titanium white, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, brilliant yellow, cadmium red light, and then for that bright blue you see on the bird, I have phthalo blue. We'll be using a foam or paper plate for mixing your colors. And then the brushes I used, I have about a medium-sized flat brush, a number 6 flat brush, and then for the fine small detail work I used a number 1 and a number 3 round brush. You'll also need a cup of water and some paper towels to clean your brushes off. So I believe we have all our supplies we need, so grab your pencil and paper and we're going to get started drawing. Alright, so to start with, I'm just going to draw the 3 vertical lines that we see here. So what you can do now is get your canvas, and if you have the transfer paper, you're going to lay that the shiny side down on your canvas and just place your drawing on top. And you'll just trace around the lines of the object that you want to transfer onto the canvas. If you don't have any of this transfer paper, another way that you can transfer it, it takes a little bit of time, but you really only need to color in the part that you're going to be tracing. So you're going to turn that over and you're going to just scribble pencil all around the whole picture in the areas that you are actually transferring. And you want to get that pretty good, or it's because this pencil actually transfers onto the canvas. I'm going to go ahead and take my original picture that I drew and get this transfer paper and trace off my drawing to get it ready to paint. And I'm just using the outlines. I'm not going to worry about all the detail. Okay, so now we have our transferred picture onto the canvas and we are ready to get started painting. And I'm going to go ahead and get my paint ready and squirt it out onto my plate. We're going to start by putting the sky in. So I like to go ahead and wet my brush and then dab it on a paper towel and take this ultramarine blue, that's the little bit brighter blue, and mix it in with some white. Just take your brush and grab a little bit of white and mix it until you get the shade that you want your sky. You may want yours a little darker, maybe a little lighter. And then we're going to go ahead and start at the top and just start painting our sky. All right, so once we get the sky on, now we're going to mix up the weathered wood. And now we're just going to put the base coat on. We are not going to add all these details yet. So to make the color for that wood, I'm making a dark mix. And what a dark mix is the ultramarine blue, which is this blue, and the burnt sienna. And you mix it enough to get a darker brown. Almost black, but not quite. Okay. It's about half and half. Okay, so now you have the dark brown, and we're going to get a little bit of white and lighten that up. Okay, and we're just going to cover all the birdhouse. Okay, we're going to use this blue. This is the phthalo blue. It's a lot brighter. When you add white, it almost looks like a turquoise. It's very pretty. So we're just going to get a little bit of white. We don't want to change the color too much, but we want to get just the basic blue color, and we're going to fill in the bird. Using the small flat brush. Okay, let's mix some orange for the little orange part that we see underneath the bird's on his neck. So we're going to take some cadmium red, which is almost a really dark orange, and this yellow, bright yellow. Just mix that up, adding a tiny bit of white. Yep. And we're just going to fill that spot in. I'm going to take the very small #1 round brush and use that since it's a very tiny little area. Okay, so now we have our basic base coat of the colors down, and that concludes this video. Thanks for joining me today as we painted the Bluebird with the Bluebird House acrylic painting, and we finished up on the base coat. If you'd like to finish your picture and add all the details, the highlights, the shadows that make the picture really stand out, please join me in the second video of this series. And if you enjoyed this video and like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe below.